I'm Felicia,
And I'm Ian.
and we are the Paranormal Lovers.
Hello, paranormal dudes, dudettes, and dudes. Welcome back to another episode of the Paranormal Lovers.
Hey guys,
Hey, guys.
welcome back. Thanks for joining us for another episode, number 143.
Crazy.
Crazy. Before we get started, happy birthday to my husband who just turned 45 2 days ago.
Thanks.
Happy birthday to you. Do, 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 do. Yep, good times. First day of spring, always, every year.
Yep.
Very, very nice. How's it feel being 45?
Rough.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Went to the doctor, got high cholesterol. Can't eat nothing now. It's great.
You sound such bad. Can't eat nothing now. You can still eat food. You
Yeah.
literally just had a candy bar.
I know.
Yeah, it has been a little bit of a struggle having to revamp the way we eat now. I also have high cholesterol, though mine is nowhere near as high as his, so working on getting that down.
Yeah.
But we are back with another Ian episode this week. But before we do that,
What'd you love about this week?
I loved your birthday.
Yeah.
I got to get you some stuff. I got you exactly what you wanted this year that I could afford
Yeah.
within my price point. You've been getting to do that. So, yeah, I'm happy you were born.
Thanks.
And I love you.
Thanks.
What did you love about this week?
Baldur's Gate, for
Yeah.
sure.
That was his birthday present, folks.
It's been fun.
Yeah, got a Baldur's Gate 3.
I used to play the heck out of Baldur's Gate 2.
Yeah.
On the PlayStation. So fun, but this one is so much more because on the first two Baldur's Gates, you don't roll any dice. It's like exactly like Diablo, basically.
Gotcha.
But this one is all immersive. It's so much more. So
I do have one bone to pick with people out there in the world. If you're one of these goddamn resellers that goes out and buys all the physical fucking copies of something and then you put it on eBay and want to charge 3 or 4 times what it's worth, fuck you.
yeah,
You got a spot in hell right alongside people who don't put their buggies back in the carousel in the parking lot and people who go into a store 5 minutes before it closes.
we need to get Mark Rober on it.
That pisses me off so bad. This is the second time that I went to buy a gift for somebody that I care about, and I could not get them specifically what I wanted when I wanted to get it for them because it was gone.
Yeah.
And people had jacked up the prices on it. First time, going to get our kid the Gabby's Dollhouse, jacked up the price like 3 or 4 times on that sumbitch. I had to wait a whole fucking year to get her one.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to have to wait to get us a physical copy of Baldur's Gate because we're old millennials that like physical copies of things.
Yeah.
Because I went to fucking buy it online for $60, $70 and people had jacked up the price to like $200.
That's crazy.
Fuck y'all.
Yeah.
Anyways. All right. With that out of the way, what do you got for us this week?
All right. Episode 143. So we are back again with the Friends Don't Lie files.
Oh, yeah. I forgot we're still doing that.
Episode 5.
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
So when I first started the subject, I never would have thought that I would find quite so much information on the subject. Not enough for 5 episodes anyways, but here we are 5 episodes later. And the Stranger Things episodes were a hit in popular culture, but who knew that there would be so much inspiration that they, Netflix's show drew from
the Duffer Brothers. They knew
to make the popular series that's based on real events. From Nina Colagina to the very much taking over the world by MK Ultra. It's been fun learning about real life Stranger Things. But now there's one more story that I want to tell about it. It's because this is going to be the final Friends Don't Lie files. Uh, but there's one more that I found that is part of the Stranger Things plotline. Today we're going to be learning about the story of Project Montauk.
Oh shit! I know this name.
Project Montauk was a successor project of MK Ultra, kind of. Uh, MK Ultra ended in 1973, so as far as we know, or it ended in 1973, as far as we know. But in the early 1980s, another secretive government project was started called Project Montauk.
Okay. Pause. Full disclosure, so we don't get sued. This is a conspiracy theory. It
Yeah.
is a alleged project operation that took place. They have not declassified the records. If there are any records, don't come at us. Allegedly.
Yeah.
Go. I just got to throw that in there.
So, like MK Ultra, Project Montauk ran a set of illegal experiments to try and advance mind control technology. They would also research technology that would allow them to time travel and even search for Bigfoot. Joking. They didn't do that. They were researching interdimensional travel. These experiments were conducted at a military base that is called Camp Hero
Okay.
in the town of Montauk in New York. Camp Hero is creepy.
Yeah.
I mean, very creepy. I want to go there one day and ghost hunt, but the freaking gates are locked on
Yeah,
it.
the government.
I guess the buildings are falling apart, so they don't want to
Okay, I
like
just saw some pictures of that.
the buildings are falling apart, so they don't want people in there. But um, it was originally created used as a training facility in the Revolutionary War and the War of 1812 and World War One and also World War Two.
Jesus.
They had lots of space for training, seeing as how it was a 468-acre site in Suffolk County in Montauk. It's a big place.
Mm-hmm.
After World War II, the area was transformed and they added installations to use for coastal defense, like big old gun buildings,
Yeah.
batteries, and things.
I love the giant satellites for some reason. I don't know why, but or the
Um,
radars on the top of the buildings.
yeah, the big it's 1 out of 12 radar facilities that they put up for NORAD, the missile defense system.
Oh, that's cool.
Uh, but buildings were added and guns were put up to defend the coast for naval and air attacks. On January 24th, 1951, some of Camp Hero's land was transferred to the Department of Air Force, and they started using it as aircraft control and warning station. Other areas were used as anti-aircraft artillery firing ranges. So they practiced shooting at
Yeah.
planes. In 1952, the place was renamed as Montauk Air Force Station, became the official name. In late 1960, they built a ginormous flipping radar to use for their receiving signals and it's probably what stands out most in Camp
Mm-hmm.
Hero because it is giant. They were using it to find and listen to advanced specific frequencies and would track air traffic in the area. In 1982, they closed Montauk Air Force Base, and all sites and land were given over to state, local, and federal agencies.
It's so crazy. Montauk itself is such a tiny little fucking town.
Mm-hmm.
It's considered a hamlet.
A hamlet?
A hamlet.
It's a hamlet.
I don't know, but its population as of 2020 was 4,318 people.
That's smaller than Waynesville.
That's smaller than Clyde, bro.
Right.
Pretty sure Claude has more than 4,000 people living in it.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Tiny little plate, which kinda, I mean, that's what the government likes to do. They like to find
Yeah.
these little towns and
Yeah, because it's easy to hide things there.
mhm.
Um, so in 1982, when it closed, it basically they turned it over to Parks and Recreations. Woo. Or the Office of Parks in New York, because it's not called Parks and Recreation there.
Mhm.
Uh, Part of it was also given over to the Historical Preservation Society, but most of it was used for bird watching, hiking, fishing, and occasional beach combing.
Yeah, it's a state park.
Now, I bet you're asking, what is so Stranger Things about this place? Other than the friggin' ginormous radar satellite that stands there.
Right.
Uh, so, like I said, back when World War II was over, the United States was thrown into a Cold War. They recruited Nazi scientists to work on a project called Project Montauk. They originally hired these scientists to develop weapons and technology, but according to the people who worked for the project, they were doing all kinds of things and experiments, mostly experiments on humans. Now, of course, the government will say that the experimenting on people was just a theory and that they were not doing that at the time.
Mhm.
But as we all know, with the MK Ultra project going on at roughly the same time, I wouldn't put it past the government using a place like this for one of their black site areas or just doing secret experiments there.
I think it's a pretty given thing nowadays to just not trust our government.
Right.
They like to lie about a lot of stuff.
Now, that's not all they allegedly were doing. These secret experiments were on children as well.
Oh, of course they were.
Just like the MK Ultra, they were running experiments on psychic warfare. Conspiracy theorists say that they made secret underground bunkers at Montauk where they hide a series of laboratories used in these experiments. In the basement of the radar tower that stands at Montauk, there is a door that leads to a staircase sublevels. Researchers have also found a piece of equipment that was supposedly used in their experiments there. It's called a Cybertron. Now, I know Cybertrons are found in all kinds of radars, but it was a frequency modulator used in radars that helped with detecting frequencies of all ranges, and it is theorized that they used it in Montauk for a lot more than a radar. Also, time travel.
Mhm.
Uh, Also, when you look up the blueprints for the radar building at Montauk, they don't have any sublevels on them.
Hmm.
Um, they were kind of seemingly left out.
I wonder why.
What were they hiding? Now we come to Preston Nichols. Preston Nichols wrote a book with his friend Peter Moon called The Montauk Project. And in this book, Preston goes over all his and Moon's evidence that the government was doing time travel experiments at Camp Hero. The book was written in first person. It used real photographs of the base and has crude electrical schematics used allegedly for time travel. Preston said that the book was based on repressed childhood memories, memories of himself being abducted and experimented on against his will. In the book, Preston claims that the Montauk Project was a continuation of the Philadelphia or Project Rainbow experiment that took place in 1943.
Yeah,
If
we
you,
did I did an episode on that one, didn't I?
yeah, if you go back way back in episodes, that we did a episode on the Rainbow Project.
I think I did the Philadelphia experiments, what I
Was
called
it?
it. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go look it up and then I'll tell you.
I think they're one and the same, but
Yeah. But I don't know if I ran across that name, so I probably just titled it the Philadelphia Experiment.
sure. So he says that the researchers that worked on the Rainbow Project in the 1950s wanted to continue their experiments, specifically the one where they were making a whole ass ship invisible using what they call an electromagnetic bottle. He said that they were making. Oh wait.
Mm,
He says they were trying to find out if there were any psychological effects and also any military applications for the project. So the researchers prepared a report and sent it to Congress for approval on the project. Well, Congress at the time didn't like it and said that it was too dangerous of a project. So the researchers sent it over to the Department of Defense, telling them that they could build them a weapon that could be used to drive an enemy insane,
mm.
uh, and that they could give an enemy on the battlefield symptoms of schizophrenia at the touch of a button from a considerable distance away.
Yeah, a long time ago, episode 10.
Yeah,
That was 3 years ago.
right.
Jesus Christ.
The Department of Defense rolled with it, making the project classified and top secret. But where would they get the funding? Well, the funding supposedly came from Nazi gold found on a train that was hidden in a tunnel in France. I know, sounds
Okay.
crazy. But the gold was allegedly worth 10 billion in US dollars. And additional funding allegedly came from ITT, the International Telephone and Telegraph Corporation,
All right.
and Krupp AG, a German weapons manufacturer in Germany.
Don't love that.
Nope, suspicious. They started working on the project at Brookhaven National Laboratory on Long Island under the name the Phoenix Project. But before long, they realized that they would need a large radar dish for their research. But instead of building one there, they started looking at the Air Force's decommissioned base at Montauk.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the radar at Montauk was a SAGE radar installation, which stood for Semi Automatic Ground Environment Radar. The Montauk site was large, remote, not a tourist trap yet, and had water access, which can enable them to bring stuff in and out secretively. They brought everything in the 1960s and set up labs in an underground bunker beneath the base. Conspiracist theory conspiracy theorists believe that in 1969 they donated the land to the Parks and Recreation, designating the land as a wildlife refuge, which means people can't go on it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, under the provision that everything underground on the base was still Air Force property. So they gave it, but we're still using it.
I mean, it's all the same government.
Yeah,
Like,
pretty much. Yeah.
it's pretty much like, hey, we're going to put your name on this and you guys are going to like take care of the land. Just don't let anybody go into these tunnels that'll take them underground, okay?
Yeah.
You got to keep people from going in there.
Yeah. Be a great cover up story, but the
Mm-hmm.
base remained operational until the 1980s. Uh, there were many stories in Preston's book. Some may be true, some maybe not so true, but here's some of the alleged things that happened in the 1970s at Montauk. Um, Preston in his book says that the facility expanded down at least 12 levels. So we're talking like a huge bunker.
Hundreds of feet.
He said they used hundreds of workers to put in the secret levels, all without the town noticing. He said that he thought some of the levels of this massive bunker could have been directly under the town itself. He said the researchers would often take homeless people from the town and subject them to huge amounts of electromagnetic radiation,
Mm.
killing most of them. He claims that people in the experiments were able to enhance their psychic abilities, kind of like Nina Kulagina. Uh, he said they were able to do so much that they could materialize objects out of thin air.
Mm.
That would be so cool.
That would be the greatest. Would never have to go anywhere for anything ever again.
Right. A man named Stuart Swerdlow claimed he was part of the psychic enhancing experiments and that he was able to boost his psionic powers, but had emotional instability afterwards, and also picked up post traumatic stress disorder and other issues from the experiments.
Sounds about right.
According to Preston, they also ran experiments on teleportation, which also fucking cool. uh, Also, he said they were able to create a porthole in time, which allowed researchers to travel anywhere in time and space. Not so cool.
No, I'm good on that. Thank you.
Um, Preston said they eventually turned the porthole into a stable time tunnel.
All right.
The time tunnel then allowed the researchers to travel to distant worlds and strange new places. Hey,
Mm.
Star Trek. Um, Eventually, they made contact with their first extraterrestrials. The new alien friends exchanged numbers with them, joking. Not numbers, technology was shared with the researchers, allowing their research to progress. Uh, this allowed them to have a broader access to hyperspace. Cool.
Cool. Sounds like fun to me.
Well,
Not
dabbling with time travel and opening portals to different worlds had consequences.
usually does.
One day, something came through the time tunnel
A
that they
Demogorgon.
didn't expect. The thing that came through could only be described as an alien monster. It came through the time tunnel and started destroying equipment. It brutally devoured any researchers it came across. It was the real life Demogorgon,
Mm.
basically. Uh, the researchers allegedly shut down the time tunnel and destroyed the creature that it came through. Or did they?
Yeah, I'm like, did you though? Did you?
If the creature came from another timeline, can we on this timeline really destroy it?
I mean, I'm sure it has to die somehow, but my thinking is that's not what they do. They
Right,
find something that's strange, that's odd, then they're going to take it and they're going to poke it and prod it and cut it open and examine it and test it and see what benefit they can get from it.
right. They also did mind control experiments in Montauk. Allegedly, they abducted runaway boys only to bring them to the base and torture them until their minds broke. Then they would reprogram their mindsies.
Jesus,
I put
Bill.
in my notes.
Terrible.
Uh, Many of the runaways being killed and disposed of at the base. That's pretty sad.
Yeah.
A lot of kids disappearing in Long Island.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me.
Right. On August 12th, 1983, something happened at Montauk, something nobody expected. The time travel experiments at Camp Hero interlocked in hyperspace with the Rainbow Project in 1943.
Oops.
The USS Eldridge from the Rainbow Project was somehow drawn into hyperspace and still exists there, stuck forever in hyperspace.
Sure.
And the project was somehow drawn in. Oh, wait. Uh,
You messed it up, didn't you?
mm,
That's
yeah, I messed it up.
all right.
Um, Although two men, Al Bielek and Duncan Cameron, have a story to tell about that. They say that they were on the Eldritch when it became locked in hyperspace, and that both men jumped overboard after arriving there. They claimed after jumping overboard that they woke up confused and disoriented at Camp Hero in
Mm.
1983.
Mm.
Um, they must have went through the time tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
They said that when they came through, they met famous physicist John von Neumann, who was a famous physicist in 1943, even though the physicist John von Neumann died in 1957. So, how did he get to 1983?
Yeah.
But John von Neumann was rumored to have worked on the Philadelphia experiment, but if you ask anyone from the Navy, they will tell you that he didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Brave staff who knew about the ship being locked in hyperspace at Camp Hero put together a team to go in and save the ship. They traveled to the USS Eldridge and shut down the ship's generators, which then caused the ship to fall out of hyperspace and return to the naval yard in 1943.
I feel like somebody watched way too much fucking Star Trek.
And also caused the tunnel to collapse. I wonder if there's guys from 1983 stuck on the ship when it went back to the future. I mean, back to 1943.
I don't know. It really feels like some Star Trek shit, though.
Right.
Or Star Wars, even.
Yeah.
One of those TV shows.
There were experiments at Montauk that created metahumans as well. They also created serums to make more metahumans.
What exactly do you mean metahuman?
I don't know. Like extra humans?
I need to
Or
know.
humans that aren't humans? We're going to find out.
I'm like, I gotta go see what the intranet says because I'm confused. Yeah. Oh, it's just giving me more Montauk shit. Let's see. Metahuman. Oh, I guess it's just people with supernatural powers.
Nice.
Okay.
Camp Hero.
Okay.
So, after the researchers completed their experiments, or the monster from another world destroyed everything, not sure which one came first. Uh, Also, I have not read Preston's books, so maybe I should. But after one or both of these things happened, the facility closed for good.
Mm.
They had to mind wipe all of the staff, or shoot them.
Yeah.
Or if you were lucky, they made you swear to absolutely not mention any of these fucking things. But every single file, record, uh, minute piece of evidence was destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
Although there are other stories saying that research continues there till this day.
Wouldn't be surprised.
They just keep it better
Concealed.
hidden nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Now, whether everything from Preston's books happened at Camp Hero and the Montauk Project, I don't know. His book is labeled as a conspiracy theory, but wouldn't you if you were a government not wanting people to know?
This is true.
But knowing that the events of MK Ultra and other projects really happened, I could believe some of it.
I have a feeling it's probably somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
You know.
Now, Preston Nichols died on October 5th, 2018. But back in 1993, he made a video explaining all the evidence that he had found that backed up all the claims in his book. I watched several snippets of the video. He really does know what he's talking about, and he kind of doesn't come off as sketchy.
Mm.
And he was calmly giving evidence of the Montauk conspiracy.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There have been There's also been several witnesses come forward with stories that they had been kidnapped as young boys and tortured at Camp Hero.
Hmm.
They say that after they broke their minds, that they were made to sit in a special chair, and that the chair would give them the ability to create time tunnels. The boys that were abducted say that they were made to be psychic spies. Some of the Montauk boys also have been put through regressive hypnosis, which is,
Yeah.
um,
Debatable.
right. And they would give detailed accounts of what happened to them there, but some say that they were time traveling, and some seem to think that they were using their minds as batteries for time travel, which is okay.
I can see that.
But all of them remember being taken to Montauk and experimented on. There have been a lot of boys that have claimed to be Montauk boys, and there have also been a lot of claims that Montauk is still operational. And some have even claimed that the monster that had came through the time tunnel is still there and roams Montauk searching for victims,
Mm.
waiting in the dark bunkers.
Mm. Okay.
Now, maybe these stories are true, maybe they're not, um, but they're very interesting and pretty much made the whole Stranger Things show possible. Um, so, thank you guys for listening to the Friends Don't Lie files.
Woo.
This has been really fun for me to find out the true stories that inspired Stranger Things episodes.
For sure.
Um, so that's it. That's it for part 5. If you hadn't seen the first parts, go back and watch the first parts.
Yeah, for sure. That one's a little harder to swallow.
Right.
Yeah, that one there's some wild allegations in that one that's like okay. Mainly the monster thing. Okay, the real monsters are human.
Right.
We don't need some monster from another dimension coming through. It's the real monsters are human, sir. Um, otherwise, that shit was wild. I've also enjoyed the Friends Don't Lie files.
The connection to the Philadelphia experiment's kind of cool
It is.
too.
It is from episode 10,
Yeah.
33 episodes, 133 episodes ago.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Alrighty then. Well, we hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We hope you guys enjoyed the Friends Don't Lie files. I'm sure we'll do another something someday down the road.
Yeah.
And we hope you guys have a good week, and we will see you guys later.
Be kind to each other.
Love you. Bye.
Love you guys. Bye.
Oh. That one is off. Is out. Oh. Oh my goodness.